Which is the shit that's got the goo. You know, you just know. Give us the goo. A lot of it's suspensions as well. There's always the odd ringing note. And you move chords and that's still ringing. This is effectively a suspensions. And it's what you're getting with the echoes too. Because there's previous notes from previous stuff still decaying under it.
Basically, you started to play an instrument or the guitar, you know, from at what age?
Wow.
What were your
when I actually think back about it, it could quite well be going back to 6 or 7 years old. My favourite auntie, my mum was one of 13. We used to visit, go to the countryside, the coast, and end up back at their house. So the parents were having a drink, dinner, that kind. I was behind the couch on my cousin's ukulele.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, kind of got a feel for it back then. And then got a classical guitar. I actually got an electric organ as the first proper instrument for the band.
Okay.
11. Then a guitar at 12. Let all the strings break. Then kind of went off it, and then I wanted to do guitar again when we moved. I got to a new school. And my parents said they'd buy me a guitar if I'd do lessons. And the folk guitar, House of the Rising Sun, that was full, the class.
Okay.
Folk guitar. So I had to do classical guitar. And I was taught by a Lord's son, Lord Cadden. And he used to come to the school once a week. And he's an Aston Martin DB5. And his handmade guitars, really lovely chap, always late, and he'd walk into the room and I'm playing sort of Mud, Tiger Feet, all the pop hits of the early 70s, and he was appalled, you know, because you're supposed to sit there, you know, and come up and all the proper position, because he was always late. And then I decided I wanted an electric guitar, and was looking around for Christmas shops, you know, going to spend £90, something like this. And we were in a shop in Northampton, Petergrove, I think the shop was called. And it was a Saturday morning, afternoon. And my mum had seen Jimi Hendrix in 1967. She went to see Engelbert Humperdinck, but he was on the same bill. There was this record company bill, 7 acts on the same, and she saw Jimi Hendrix. And she knew about it, and there was this fucking the guitar in the shop. It was a 1969-70 Les Paul Deluxe Sunburst, just the same as Pete Townshend's that I was into at the time, and I just couldn't believe it. My mum said, just try that one. And all the cool kids in the shop Saturday morning like that, and I can't hardly play anything. And my mum says, we want that one. My dad went pale. Went to a cafe around the corner, calmed him down. My mum told him he could go. So yeah, at the age of 15, because my parents were by no means rich, they paid £318 for a brand new Gibson, and the fucking thing played itself. You know, those 70s are just such thin necks. It's just an absolute dream. Still got it.
It's still like, this guitar, I think, from as long as I can remember, every time I saw you guys play on stage.
Yeah, I think I must have got that maybe 81, 82. It was after the third album. I think the biggest compliment I ever got paid was probably by Connie Plank, because yes, when Zavor was going, I was a little boy, and he used to play the classical music on the radio, and I used to tell the valve radio, I used to turn the radio up full. This is your sound, this is classical, so it's distortion, yeah, so, you know. And I thought, wow, thank you, Connie. A genius he was, yeah, really lovely man, sadly missed. What I discovered is, if you've got a distorted sound and all the inherent harmonics with it, if you play a complex chord, the kind of chord will disappear because of the distortion. So I thought, well, if I got a semi-acoustic.
Reports coming in, it's being reported that Killin Joke guitarist, that is Kevin Geordie Walker, has died after an apparent stroke. He was 64 years old. The news was broken by his close pal, that is Martin Atkins. Actually, he's also a former Killin Joke drummer, and of course with whom Geordie also played in Murder. That is another group who actually came out to post on his Instagram that Geordie Walker had left the building. No statement from the band has been released yet. I was trying to check through their social media, Instagram, Facebook, but of course, in this moment in time, no official statement has been released yet. Geordie was one of the only two constant members of the legendary British post-punk band, alongside another singer, that is Jaz Coleman. Jaz is still alive, and actually they have been very, very close, and of course they appeared in an advert in Melody. The guitarist, by the way, also I think he joined in the early 60s up to the late 70s, and of course his riffing style, simple and repetitive, but also enormous sound, and with a world of subtle dynamics and a mystery of cold melody, helped to turn the band Killin Joke into one of the most important and influential cult bands in the history of rock music. Their music was, by the way, hugely important in the foundations of these modern day industrial music and groups, but of course it can be felt even amongst the biggest bands to emerge after them. When you look at the current bands, we have the likes of Metallica, Nirvana, and so many others. We are tracing their origin right from the inspiration that was given by Killin Joke, that band, and they've been impactful not only in the rock genre but also in other genres and to other artists. So Walker was best known for playing guitar in the post-punk group, like I've told you, and of course he was full of playing the electric guitar, and that I actually, by the way, earned him his much acclaim, including the Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page, and of course My Blood Valentines for Kevin Shields. In this moment in time, we are sending our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and everyone who was close to Walker. It's believed that he was staying in US early on, but later he shifted to Prague in Czechoslovakia, and that's where he passed on from.